Hello, English learner. Welcome to English.Conversation. My name is Jack.
And my name is Mary.
Thanks for joining us today.
We're so glad you're here. Whether you're walking right now, relaxing at home, or maybe even commuting, today's episode is a really special one.
Yes, because today we're talking about something super simple, but super powerful. Walking.
That's right, walking. It's something almost all of us do every day, but most of us don't stop to think about how beneficial it really is.
And if you're learning English, this is also a great chance to improve your listening while learning about a healthy habit.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about the many benefits of walking for your body, your mind, your emotions, even your creativity and language skills.
We'll also share some personal stories, give you a few tips, and maybe even challenge you to start a walking routine of your own.
Yes, and as always, we'll speak clearly and naturally so you can enjoy learning English while getting inspired.
All right, so lace up those walking shoes, or just get comfortable, and let's dive into the surprising benefits. So Sarah, let's start with something personal. Do you enjoy walking? Are you one of those walk every day people?
I actually am. I walk almost every evening. It started during the pandemic, when we were all stuck inside, and now it's just part of my daily life. What about you?
That's great. I wish I was as consistent. I do like walking, especially in nature or after a big meal. But I'll be honest, I go through phases. Sometimes I walk a lot, and sometimes not so much.
Yeah, that's normal. I think what helped me was turning walking into something I actually look forward to. Like I listen to music or podcasts like this one, or I walk with a friend.
That's a good idea. I remember when I used to live in a big city. I walked everywhere. No car, just my feet. I didn't even think of it as exercise. It was just how I got around.
Same. When I lived in London for a year, I walked all the time, to the train station, the shops, the park, and I felt so much healthier, even though I wasn't going to the gym.
Exactly. It's funny how something so basic, like walking, can make such a big difference.
And sometimes it's not just about the body. For me, walking is mental space. If I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, a short walk helps me clear my mind.
Totally. I sometimes get my best ideas during walks. Like, I'll be stuck on a problem all day, then go for a walk, and suddenly, bam! The answer pops into my head.
It's magic, isn't it? I think walking gives your brain a break, but also keeps it active in the background.
And it's free. No equipment, no gym membership, no pressure. Just you and the ground under your feet.
That's the beauty of it. So simple, but so powerful, and honestly, I think we forget how lucky we are to be able to walk.
That's a good reminder. Even if we just take a short walk around the block, it can make a difference in our day.
Okay, so now that we've shared our own experiences, let's dig a little deeper into the health benefits of walking. This might surprise some people.
Yeah, walking is way more powerful than people think. Let's get into it.
All right, Henry, so let's get into the good stuff, the actual health benefits of walking. It's simple, yes, but it does a lot for your body.
Yes, I think a lot of people underestimate it. Walking can seem too easy, but it's actually one of the best things you can do for your health.
Totally agree. So let's start with the basics. First, walking is great for your heart. It improves blood circulation, lowers your blood pressure, and helps reduce the risk of heart disease.
Yeah, and it's especially helpful if you walk at a brisk pace. That means walking a bit faster than normal, like you're late for a meeting but not running.
Exactly. Just 30 minutes a day of brisk walking can help you stay fit and healthy. It strengthens your heart muscle and helps lower bad cholesterol.
And let's not forget your joints. Walking is a low-impact exercise, which means it's gentle on your knees and ankles, but still keeps them moving and strong.
Yes, it's perfect for people of all ages. Even older adults can benefit. In fact, regular walking can help prevent things like arthritis or stiffness.
I read a study that said people who walk every day have stronger bones and better balance too. It helps reduce the risk of falling as you get older.
That's a big one. And here's another benefit people love: weight control. Walking helps you burn calories, which can help with weight loss or just maintaining a healthy weight.
Right. And the best part is, you don't have to do it all at once. You can break it into small walks throughout the day, like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 at lunch, and 10 in the evening.
Yes, that's such a good tip, especially for people who sit at a desk all day. Just getting up and moving around regularly can really help your body.
Now, let's talk about something really important: mental health. Walking isn't just good for your body, it's also amazing for your mind.
Oh, 100%. Walking can reduce stress, help fight depression, and even improve your mood. There's something about moving your body that helps calm your thoughts.
I've noticed that after a stressful day, just 20 minutes of walking helps me feel more relaxed. Sometimes I walk without music or podcasts, just silence. It's like therapy.
Me too. It gives your brain time to breathe. And there's actual science behind it. Walking increases endorphins. Those are chemicals in your brain that make you feel good.
It also helps you sleep better. People who walk regularly tend to fall asleep faster and feel more rested in the morning.
Yes, better sleep, better focus, more energy, all from simply walking a little more each day.
And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need fancy gear, just comfortable shoes and a safe place to walk, like a park, a sidewalk, or even inside a mall.
Exactly. It's one of the most accessible forms of exercise out there. Pretty much anyone can start.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap for our listeners. Walking helps your heart, your joints, your weight, your mood, and even your sleep. That's a lot of benefits for something so simple.
It really is. And now that we've covered the health side, let's talk about how walking connects to personal growth, because it's not just physical, it can change how you think and live.
Yeah, let's go deeper. Walking as a daily habit can really shift your mindset. Let's talk about that next. So, Sarah, we've talked about the physical and mental health benefits of walking. But walking can also help with something deeper: personal growth.
Yes, this is where walking becomes more than just movement. It becomes a habit that supports your mind, your goals, and even your future.
I think that's true. When you build a regular walking routine, you're not just helping your health, you're also building discipline.
Exactly. It's like telling yourself, I care about myself, I'm making time for me. And that's powerful. Even 15 or 20 minutes a day can build self-trust.
I love that. And it's a space where we can think clearly. For me, walking helps me get unstuck when I'm facing a hard decision or feeling overwhelmed.
Same here. When I walk, I reflect. I ask myself, what am I feeling? What do I want? And sometimes I find answers I couldn't find sitting at my desk.
There's something about movement that opens the mind. I've even heard that famous people, like Steve Jobs, used to have walking meetings instead of sitting in an office.
Yes, I read that too. And many writers and creatives use walks to get new ideas. Your body is moving, but your brain is free to explore.
It's almost like walking creates a moving meditation. You're present, you're breathing, and you're noticing the world around you.
That's so true. It's also a way to practice mindfulness, just feeling your feet on the ground, listening to the birds, noticing your breath. It's a small but powerful habit.
And you can make it your own. Some people walk early in the morning as a way to start the day with focus. Others use it as a way to unwind in the evening.
Yes, and here's the beautiful part. Over time, walking becomes a routine, and routines shape our lives. You begin to see how one small habit leads to bigger changes.
Exactly. First you walk, then maybe you drink more water. Then you sleep better. Then you feel more motivated. One small habit creates a chain reaction.
And you start feeling more in control of your time and your energy. That's a huge part of personal growth.
It really is. So for our listeners, if you're working on becoming your best self, walking is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to start.
Well said. It's free, it's flexible, and it gives you a chance to connect with yourself, with nature, or even with others.
Speaking of that, should we talk about the social and emotional benefits of walking?
Let's do it. Walking isn't just good for you, it can also connect you with people and improve your emotional health. Coming up next. So, Henry, let's talk about another powerful side of walking, how it helps with our social and emotional well-being.
Yes, because walking isn't just about physical or mental health. It can also help us feel more connected to ourselves and to others.
Exactly. Let's start with walking with someone else. Have you ever had a really good conversation during a walk?
Oh, absolutely. Some of the best conversations I've ever had were during walks. There's something about moving side by side. It feels more relaxed than sitting face to face.
Yes, there's no pressure. You're not staring at each other. You're just walking, maybe looking at the trees or the sky, and somehow the conversation just flows.
And it's a great way to bond with someone, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even a coworker.
True. I've had weekly walking dates with friends where we catch up, talk about life, or just enjoy the quiet together. It's low pressure, but really meaningful.
And for people who feel lonely, walking can be a way to feel part of the world again. Just getting outside, seeing other people, even if you don't talk to them, can lift your mood.
So true. It helps break the feeling of isolation. And for people who are shy or introverted, walking with someone can make socializing feel easier.
Yeah, no small talk in a noisy cafe, just nature and conversation. It's calm.
Also, walking in groups is becoming more popular. There are walking clubs, community groups, even walking meetups for language learners.
Oh, that's a great point. Imagine walking with people who are also learning English. You get fresh air, exercise, and conversation practice all at once.
Yes, so if you're listening and want to improve your English, walking with someone or listening to podcasts while walking can make learning feel fun and natural.
And emotionally, walking helps you process feelings. Sometimes when we feel sad, angry, or anxious, just going for a walk can make a big difference.
Absolutely. Movement helps emotions move too. If I'm upset or worried, a walk helps me calm down and get clarity.
And that's the emotional magic of walking. It doesn't fix everything, but it helps you feel more grounded, more peaceful.
So, whether you walk alone or with someone, for fun or for healing, walking supports your emotional health just as much as your physical health.
And it connects us to others, to nature, and to ourselves. Beautiful, simple, and powerful.
Coming up next, we're going to talk about how walking can actually help you learn languages, especially English. This might surprise some people.
I love this part. Let's talk about the brain, language, and walking. Right after this. All right, Sarah, this next part might be a little unexpected, but it's one of my favorites. Did you know that walking can actually help you learn a language?
Yes, and I absolutely love this topic. Walking and language learning are a surprisingly good pair.
So let's break it down. First of all, when you're walking, your body is relaxed, but your brain is awake and active.
Exactly. You're not distracted by a screen or sitting still in a classroom. You're moving, breathing, and often in a better mood, which makes your brain more open to learning.
And here's the best part. When you're walking, it's the perfect time to listen to something, like an English podcast. Like this one.
Yes, podcasts, audiobooks, English music, or even just talking to yourself in English while you walk. It all helps.
Seriously, try it. Put in your headphones, go for a 20-minute walk, and listen to something in English. You're exercising your body and your language skills.
And because walking helps reduce stress, you're more likely to remember what you hear. That's so important. If you're tense, your brain blocks things. If you're calm, you absorb more.
I love that point. I've also heard that when you pair physical movement with learning, your brain links the new words or ideas to the rhythm of your steps.
Yes, it's like your body helps store the memory. Some people even repeat vocabulary words out loud while walking. It sounds silly, but it really works.
Totally. Even if you're shy, no one really cares if you're walking and talking quietly to yourself. People might think you're on a phone call.
True, it's a great trick. And here's something else. Walking gives you time. If you walk every day, that's 20 or 30 minutes of regular English exposure. It adds up.
Exactly. That's like 2 or 3 hours a week, without changing your schedule too much.
And for our listeners, you don't need to understand everything. Just listen, enjoy the rhythm of the language, and let your brain do the rest.
Yes. So even if you're just beginning with English, a simple walk with some listening practice is a fantastic way to grow.
So, to everyone listening, the next time you go for a walk, take your English practice with you. Make your walk a language walk.
That's a great way to put it. Language walk. Maybe we just invented a new trend.
Let's start it. Okay, up next, we'll give you some simple tips and ideas for how to make walking part of your daily life.
Yes, we'll keep it real, practical, and easy. That's coming up in our next section.
Okay, so by now we've talked about all the amazing benefits of walking for your body, your mind, your relationships, and even your English.
Yep. But the big question now is, how do we start? Because even small habits can feel hard at the beginning.
Exactly. So let's share some simple tips to help our listeners turn walking into a regular habit.
Tip number 1, start small. You don't have to walk for an hour. Start with just 5 or 10 minutes a day. It can grow naturally over time.
Yes, and tip 2, pick a time that works for you. Some people love walking in the morning to wake up, others walk after work to relax. There's no right or wrong.
And here's a fun one. Make walking enjoyable. Listen to music, podcasts, like ours, or even walk with a friend or family member.
Or change up your route sometimes. Try a new park or take a street you haven't walked down before. A little variety makes it fun.
Another tip, track your walks. Use a simple app or just write it in a notebook. It helps you stay motivated when you see your progress.
Absolutely. And be kind to yourself. If you miss a day, no problem. Just start again the next day. The key is to keep going, not to be perfect.
Yes, okay. Are you ready to give our listeners a challenge?
Let's do it. All right, everyone. Here's our walking challenge. Walk for at least 10 minutes a day for the next 7 days. While you walk, listen to something in English, a podcast, music, or audiobook. After each walk, say out loud one thing you learned or heard in English.
I love it. It's simple, fun, and powerful. And by the end of the week, you'll feel better physically and more confident in your English.
And if you want to make it even better, invite a friend to join the challenge with you.
Yes, make it social. Okay, we're almost at the end, but before we finish, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered today.
Coming up next, our final thoughts and encouragement to help you keep walking forward. Stay with us. Wow, Henry, what a great conversation today. Who knew something as simple as walking could be so powerful?
Right? We've covered a lot, from physical health and mental clarity to personal growth, emotional connection, and even language learning.
And that's the beautiful thing. Walking is easy, free, and available to almost everyone. You don't need fancy equipment or a gym membership to start improving your life.
Exactly. Just a good pair of shoes, a little time, and maybe some headphones. And you're on your way.
So let's quickly remind our listeners of the key takeaways. Walking helps your body, your heart, your joints, your energy. It boosts your mind, reduces stress, lifts your mood, helps you focus. It supports personal growth, building habits, confidence, and clarity. It connects you socially and emotionally, with others, with nature, and with yourself. And it's a great tool for learning English, especially through listening and speaking practice while you move.
That's such a powerful list, and it all starts with one small step. Literally.
Yes, and to our listeners, whether you walk for 5 minutes or 50, every step counts. You're doing something good for your body, your brain, and your future.
So take the 7-day challenge, make walking part of your life, and use it as your personal growth tool.
And remember, you're not walking alone. We're here with you every step of the way.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to follow, share, and leave a comment.
And let us know, where do you walk? What do you listen to? We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, keep walking, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye for now. Every part of your body needs water to work properly. Your brain, your heart, your muscles, even your skin. They all rely on water.
So it's not just about feeling thirsty?
No, not at all. Thirst is actually a late signal. Your body needs water all the time for digestion, for circulation, for regulating temperature, and even for getting rid of waste.
Like sweating and going to the bathroom, right?
Exactly. Water helps carry nutrients through your blood. It also helps flush out toxins, the bad stuff your body doesn't need.
And I've heard that water even helps with thinking and focus.
You're right. The brain is around 75% water. And if you don't drink enough, you can feel tired, moody, or even get a headache. Some people feel foggy when they're dehydrated.
Okay, let's pause for a quick vocabulary moment. Dehydrated means your body doesn't have enough water, right?
Yes, exactly. And hydrated means your body has the water it needs. So our goal is to stay hydrated every day.
Got it. So it's not just about quenching thirst. It's about helping every system in the body run smoothly.
Perfectly said. And here's a fun fact. You can survive weeks without food, but only a few days without water. That's how important it is.
That's serious. So if someone wants better skin, more energy, clearer thinking, it starts with water?
Absolutely. It's like the foundation of everything else. Before your diet, before your workouts, just get your water right first.
Okay, I'm feeling motivated already. I need to go refill my glass.
Me too. And in the next part, we're going to break it down even more. What are the exact benefits of drinking water for your body, skin, digestion, and more?
Stay with us, we're just getting started.
All right, now let's talk about the real benefits. What actually happens when we drink enough water every day?
Oh, this is the good stuff. I think people hear drink more water all the time, but they don't really know why it matters for their body.
Exactly. So let's break it down. First, hydration. That just means keeping your body filled with enough water. When you're well hydrated, your organs, like your heart, kidneys, and brain, can work properly.
And hydration isn't just for athletes, right?
Nope. Everyone needs it, even if you sit at a desk all day. Your body still loses water through breathing, sweating, and going to the bathroom, even when you don't notice.
Right. And speaking of losing water, let's talk about skin health. People spend so much money on skincare, but don't realize that just drinking water can help their skin look better.
Yes. Water helps keep your skin cells full and healthy. When you're dehydrated, your skin can look dry or dull. But when you drink more water, it looks fresher and brighter. It's like natural glow in a glass.
I love that. Natural glow in a glass. Okay, next, digestion. This is a big one, especially for people who feel bloated or uncomfortable after eating.
Exactly. Water helps break down food so your body can absorb nutrients. And it also helps move things along, so it's essential for preventing constipation.
Can we pause and define that for our English learners? Constipation means?
It means it's hard to go to the bathroom. Specifically, it's hard to poop. And drinking water can help prevent that.
That's super important. And honestly, nobody likes feeling that way.
Totally. Now, let's talk about one of water's biggest jobs, detox.
Ooh, yes. Detox sounds like a trendy word, but what does it really mean?
Good question. Detoxification is the process of removing waste and toxins from your body. Your liver and kidneys do most of the work, but they need water to flush everything out. Think of water as the cleaning system for your organs.
So it's like water is the helper that takes out the trash?
Exactly. Without enough water, the trash stays longer, and that can make you feel tired, sluggish, or even sick.
That's wild. Just by drinking more water, your body becomes cleaner inside.
Yep. And one more benefit, joint health. Water helps lubricate your joints. So if you've ever felt stiff or sore, staying hydrated might help.
So water is like oil for the machine?
Perfect example. Our bodies are machines, and water is the oil that keeps everything running smoothly.
Okay, let me sum that up for our listeners. Water helps with hydration, makes your skin glow, improves digestion, supports detox, and keeps your joints happy.
5 stars for that summary, Sarah.
Thanks. And remember, everyone, it's not about drinking a huge amount at once, just small, steady sips through the day.
Exactly. And coming up next, we're going to look at how water helps not just the body, but also the mind and mood. That's right. Water affects your mental health too.
So stay tuned and maybe take a sip right now while you listen.
So, we've talked about how water helps your body. But here's something many people don't realize. Water also affects your mind.
Yes, your brain loves water. In fact, your brain is mostly made of water, about 75%.
That's right. So when you're not drinking enough, your brain can't work at its best. You might feel tired, have trouble focusing, or even feel a little off.
Kind of like when you wake up and feel foggy? That can't think straight feeling?
Exactly. That's often caused by mild dehydration, and sometimes people think they need coffee or sugar, when really they just need a glass of water.
And it's not just energy. Water can also affect your mood, right?
Yes, studies show that even a small amount of dehydration can make people feel irritable or anxious.
Let's define that quickly. Irritable means you get angry or annoyed easily, and anxious means you feel worried or nervous.
Perfect. So if you're feeling stressed out, try drinking a glass of water before you react. It sounds simple, but it helps more than people think.
That's such a great tip. And what about sleep? Can water really help us sleep better?
Yes, but it's all about balance. Being well hydrated during the day helps your body relax and repair at night. But try not to drink too much right before bed, or you might wake up to use the bathroom.
Been there. Middle of the night bathroom trips are no fun.
Nope. So our tip, drink water consistently through the day and stop maybe an hour or two before bedtime.
So to recap, water helps your energy, improves focus, balances your mood, lowers stress, and supports better sleep.
That's a powerful list, and no caffeine required.
Right? Honestly, water might be the most underrated mental health tool out there.
Well said. And when we come back, we're going to look at some common mistakes people make when it comes to hydration, including some popular myths that might surprise you.
Ooh, I can't wait. Let's bust some myths next. All right, Henry, it's time to bust some myths. Because when it comes to drinking water, there's a lot of confusion out there.
Oh yeah, and I think the biggest one we hear all the time is, you need to drink exactly 8 glasses of water a day.
Yep, that classic rule. But is it really true?
Not exactly. The 8 glasses a day idea is just a general guideline. The truth is, everyone's water needs are different.
Right. Depending on your body size, your activity level, the weather, and even what you eat.
Exactly. Some people might need more than 8, some less. The key is to listen to your body, drink when you're thirsty, and notice how you feel.
Okay, next myth. If I drink coffee or tea, it doesn't count as water. What do you say?
False! That's a big myth. Coffee and tea do contain water, so they still help with hydration.
Even though they have caffeine?
Yes, even with caffeine. While caffeine can have a mild diuretic effect, that means it makes you pee a little more, it doesn't cancel out the water you're drinking.
That's good news for all the coffee lovers out there.
Definitely. Just don't replace all your water with coffee. Balance is important.
Okay, here's another one. If I'm not thirsty, I don't need water.
This one is kind of true. But with a twist. You want your pee to be a light yellow, like pale lemonade. If it's completely clear all the time, it might mean you're overhydrated, drinking too much water too quickly.
That's a great tip. And here's one more. Clear pee means I'm healthy. What do you think?
Yes, drinking way too much water in a short time can be dangerous. It can dilute the minerals in your blood. So again, balance is key.
Wait, overhydrated? That's a thing?
Boom! Hydration myths busted! Next up, we're going to share practical tips for drinking more water, especially for busy people who forget during the day.
So let's review the myths we just busted. You don't need exactly 8 glasses. Coffee and tea do count. Don't wait until you're thirsty. And clear pee isn't always the goal.
Yes, even when we know it's important, we forget. Life gets busy. So let's talk about some simple, easy tips to help people drink more water.
If you're someone who always says, I know I should drink more water, but I forget, the next segment is for you. Okay, Henry, we've covered the science, the benefits, and we've even busted some myths. But let's be honest, a lot of people still struggle to drink enough water every day.
Start your day with water. As soon as you wake up, drink 1 glass. Your body gets dehydrated overnight, and this is like giving your system a fresh start.
Let's do it. What's your first tip?
Great habit. Tip 2. Carry a water bottle with you. When water is nearby, you're more likely to drink it. It's about making it easy.
Love that. I keep a glass on my nightstand now. It really helps.
That's a great visual reminder. Speaking of reminders, tip 3. Set alarms or use apps on your phone. You can set a gentle reminder every 2 hours. Hey, time for a sip.
Yes, I have mine with me right now, and I actually use a bottle with time markings on it, so I can see how much I should drink each hour.
Yes, some are super simple. You just tap a button every time you drink, and it helps you build the habit.
And there are even water tracking apps, right?
Great question. Tip 4. Flavor your water naturally. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, mint, or even frozen berries. It adds taste and makes it feel special.
Okay, what about people who say, but I don't like the taste of plain water?
Exactly. And tip 5. Link drinking water to a habit you already have. For example, every time you brush your teeth, drink water, or after each bathroom break.
I love putting orange slices in my water. It feels like a spa day.
Yes, that's how habits are formed. It's called habit stacking, adding a new habit to one you already do.
Ooh, so it becomes automatic, like part of your routine.
Perfect summary. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.
All right, let me recap our top water tips. Drink water first thing in the morning, carry a water bottle with you, use reminders or an app, add flavor with fruits or herbs, link water to daily habits.
Coming up next, we'll talk about when you should drink water, like before meals, during workouts, and even while studying or working.
Totally. A little more water each day can make a big difference.
Great idea. I'll go first. So, my daily water routine is super simple. I start with a big glass of water right after I wake up. Before coffee, before anything.
So stay with us. We've got more hydration hacks coming your way. Okay, now we've shared all these tips. Let's bring it to life. Henry, how about we share our own water routines?
Exactly. Then, I usually keep a reusable water bottle on my desk while I work. I try to take a few sips every 20 to 30 minutes, especially between meetings.
Same here. It's like the first thing I do after brushing my teeth.
That's clever. And for meals, I drink a glass of water before I eat. It helps with digestion, and I don't overeat.
That's smart. I actually use a little trick. I drink a few sips every time I check my phone, which, let's be honest, is often.
What about exercise? You run sometimes, right?
Nice. For me, I always have water with meals, and I drink more if I'm eating something salty or spicy.
Same here. After a workout, water helps me recover faster.
I do. I always bring water on runs, and I drink a little before, during, and after. Otherwise, I feel super tired after.
Smart move. I do the same. Slow down in the evening, but still sip if I feel thirsty.
And at night, I slow down. I don't want to wake up at 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom, so I stop drinking a lot of water about an hour before bed.
Exactly. That's the key. Make it natural. Make it easy. A few smart routines can totally change how you feel.
So, listeners, did you notice something? Our routines aren't complicated. We're not measuring every drop. We're just adding water into our normal daily habits.
That's a great little checklist. And if you're listening, maybe take one idea and try it today. Just one.
So maybe ask yourself, can I add water when I wake up? During work? Before meals? After exercise?
Up next, We'll wrap things up with a big picture view, how water supports your long-term health and lifestyle, and why this small habit is worth keeping forever.
One small change, one glass at a time.
Yes, we want you, right now, wherever you are, to grab some water. If you have a bottle, a glass, anything nearby, pick it up.
Let's finish strong. All right, we've been talking about water this whole time, but now it's time to actually do it.
Same here. So let's make this an interactive moment. Ready?
We're doing it with you. Seriously, I've got my glass right here.
Ah, refreshing.
Okay, let's count it down together. 3, 2, 1, sip.
And maybe this is your first glass of the day. Or your fifth. Either way, it's a win.
So simple, right? But that one sip means you've already taken action to take care of your body and mind today.
You deserve it. All right, Sarah, we've covered a lot today. Time to do a quick recap so our listeners can remember the most important things about drinking water.
So keep your water close as we finish the rest of today's episode, and maybe hit pause, take a few more sips, and just enjoy the moment.
Then, we shared the many benefits for the body, like better digestion, glowing skin, detoxification, and joint health.
Sounds good, Henry. So first, we talked about why water matters, how it keeps our bodies working well by hydrating our organs, skin, and joints.
We busted some common myths, like the idea that you must drink exactly 8 glasses, or that coffee doesn't count as water. Spoiler, it does.
Next, we looked at how water helps our mental and emotional health, improving energy, focus, mood, reducing stress, and supporting good sleep.
We also shared our own daily routines to give you ideas on how to fit water into your busy life.
Then we gave practical tips to drink more water, starting your day with water, carrying a bottle, using reminders, adding flavor, and linking drinking to habits you already have.
So the big takeaway? Drinking water is simple but powerful. It helps your body, your mind, and your mood.
And don't forget our interactive moment. We paused and took a sip together, because drinking water isn't just about hearing, it's about doing.
Thanks for joining us today on Porcenol Growth Talks podcast. Keep sipping, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
And the best part? It doesn't have to be complicated. Just small, consistent steps each day make a big difference.
Bye! Well, Sarah, that wraps up today's episode about the amazing benefits of drinking water.
Bye, everyone.
Before we go, here's a little teaser for our next episode. We'll be talking about how to build better habits. Super helpful if you want to make positive changes in your life.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to drink more water every day.
And if you enjoyed today's podcast, please leave us a review or share it with a friend. It really helps us grow.
That sounds exciting, so make sure to subscribe and don't miss it.
Remember, small steps lead to big changes. Keep growing, keep learning, and keep sipping that water.
Also, follow us on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Links are in the description. See you next time on Porcenol Growth Talk. That's right. If you've ever felt like you're putting in time but not really making progress with your English, this episode is for you.
Or maybe you keep telling yourself, I'll start speaking next week or I'll practice more when I have more time. Sound familiar?
Oh yeah, that used to be me. We all fall into that trap sometimes. But today, we're going to talk about why wasting time, without even realizing it, can really slow down your fluency journey.
Exactly. And more importantly, we're going to give you real, simple strategies to stop wasting time and start making actual progress.
So, stick around. In the next 30 minutes, you'll learn what time wasting really looks like in language learning, how to build daily habits for fluency, and how to stop waiting for the perfect time to start speaking.
All right, let's jump into it. First up, let's talk about one of the biggest traps English learners fall into: waiting to be ready. All right, let's start with a mindset that so many English learners struggle with. This idea of waiting to be ready.
Yes, like, I'll speak when I know more vocabulary, or I'll practice when my grammar is perfect. Sound familiar?
Totally. The problem is, that moment, where you feel 100% ready, never actually comes. You're always going to feel like you need to prepare more.
It's like standing by the pool waiting to jump in, but you keep saying, "Oh no, I'll wait until the water is warmer." Spoiler, you just gotta jump.
Exactly. And let's be real. Fluency doesn't come before you start speaking. It comes because you start speaking.
Can I share a quick story?
Please do.
So, back when I started learning Spanish, I was obsessed with being perfect. I spent hours memorizing words, listening to podcasts. But I refused to speak. I told myself I'd speak later when I was ready.
Let me guess. You never really felt ready?
Nope. It took me 6 months before I had my first conversation, and guess what? I still made tons of mistakes. But after that, my learning finally took off.
It's such a good example, and it happens with English learners too. People think, one more course, one more YouTube video, then I'll start speaking.
Right. But the truth is, learning happens when you're uncomfortable. That's where the real growth is.
So if you're listening right now, and you've been waiting to feel ready before you start practicing, here's our message to you. Stop waiting. Start now. Speak badly. Learn faster.
Yes, make mistakes proudly. Those mistakes are proof that you're trying, and that's where progress lives.
So before we go deeper, I want everyone listening to just pause and ask yourself, what have I been putting off in my English learning because I think I'm not ready?
And then, write it down. Seriously, take 10 seconds and write it down in your notes or on paper. Awareness is the first step.
Okay. Up next, we're going to look at what time wasting actually looks like in language learning. You might be surprised. All right, let's get real now, because some of you might be thinking, but I study every day. I'm not wasting time.
But are you really studying, or are you just keeping yourself busy?
Exactly. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. Just like watching 5 episodes of an English TV show doesn't automatically mean you're improving your speaking skills.
Let's break this down. There are 2 types of learning, passive and active.
Passive is when you're just receiving the language, like watching, listening, reading.
And active is when you produce the language, like speaking, writing, using new words in real conversation.
Most learners stay in the passive zone because it feels safe. It's comfortable. But comfort doesn't lead to fluency.
Yeah. For example, let's say you scroll Instagram for 30 minutes watching English reels. Sure, you feel like you're learning, but if you never speak out loud, repeat the phrases, or use them, you're just being entertained.
Oof, that one hits home. I've definitely fooled myself into thinking I was learning just because I had English audio playing in the background while cooking.
Totally. Or even reading English books, which is great. But if you're just reading without trying to speak about what you read, it's passive.
Here's a simple check. After your study time, ask yourself, did I use my mouth? Did I speak anything in English? If the answer is no, you probably just consumed, not practiced.
Boom, that's the key. Fluency is a skill, it's not information. You don't learn fluency, you train it like a muscle.
Yes, think of it like going to the gym. Watching workout videos won't build muscle. You've got to lift the weights.
So if you've been spending hours watching English content but still feel stuck, maybe it's time to shift into action.
Try this simple switch. Don't just watch repeat aloud. Don't just listen. Shadow the speaker. Don't just read. Talk about what you read.
That tiny shift turns wasted time into powerful practice.
Exactly. So remember, fluency doesn't come from watching more. It comes from doing more.
Coming up next, we'll talk about the most common fluency killers that many learners fall into and how to avoid them.
All right, now that we've talked about how time gets wasted passively, let's go one step deeper and talk about fluency killers.
Yes, these are habits or beliefs that seem harmless, but they quietly destroy your fluency progress over time.
Let's start with the big one, over-focusing on grammar. Some learners spend years trying to master every single rule before they even try to speak.
Yes. I've met so many students who say I don't want to speak until I know the correct tenses. But here's the truth. Native speakers break grammar rules all the time.
Exactly. And when you're speaking, fluency is about flow, not perfection. You can have perfect grammar and still sound robotic or too slow.
Fluency isn't about sounding like a grammar textbook. It's about being understood and confident in communication.
Another killer avoiding speaking practice. So many learners say, I don't have anyone to practice with, but honestly, you don't need a partner to speak.
Absolutely. You can talk to yourself in English, describe your day, talk to the mirror, or record voice notes and listen back.
Yep. If you're not speaking out loud, daily, you're not training your brain to form sentences quickly. And that delay leads to more hesitation, more self-doubt.
And that brings us to another fluency killer: perfectionism. People are afraid to make mistakes, so they don't speak at all. But what they don't realize is, perfectionism is just fear in a nice outfit.
That's such a good way to put it. Perfectionism slows you down because it tells you you're not good enough yet.
But fluency comes from messy, real conversations, not from silence.
Let me throw in one more inconsistency. Doing one big study session on Sunday won't help as much as 10 minutes a day every day.
Exactly. Your brain needs repetition, not drama. It's not about studying hard once. It's about showing up regularly, even when it's boring.
So, to sum up, here are 4 major fluency killers. 1. Obsessing over grammar. 2. Avoiding speaking. 3. Aiming for perfection. 4. Being inconsistent.
If you recognize any of these in your routine, don't worry. Becoming aware is the first step. And in the next part, we'll share easy, daily fluency hacks you can start using today.
Yep, we're not here to make you feel guilty. We're here to help you move forward. Fluency is totally possible, and it starts with small changes.
Okay, now that we've exposed the fluency killers, let's flip the script. Let's talk about what you can actually do to build fluency without wasting time.
Yes, these are practical, easy fluency hacks that can fit into your everyday life. So even if you're busy, you can still make progress.
All right, first one, and this is one of my favorites. Use your dead time. That's time when your hands are busy, but your mind is free, like when you're commuting, doing laundry, or walking.
Exactly. Instead of just scrolling or zoning out, use that time to shadow English Repeat after a native speaker in a podcast or YouTube video.
Even just 5 to 10 minutes of shadowing while doing chores can train your mouth and tune your ear, and it adds up over time.
Here's another one. Talk to yourself in English. It may feel weird, but it's powerful. Describe what you're doing. I'm making coffee. This is my favorite mug. I like mornings when they're quiet.
Yes, you're not just speaking. You're thinking in English, and that's how fluency really starts to happen.
And if you want to make it even more effective, record yourself, use your phone, and do a 1-minute voice journal every day.
Oh, I love that one. It helps you hear your own pronunciation, notice grammar patterns, and track your progress over time.
Here's another hack. The 15-minute daily fluency routine. Want to go through a quick version together, Sarah?
Let's do it. Okay, listeners, imagine this simple routine. Minute 1 to 5, shadow a short video or audio clip. Minute 6 to 10, pause and repeat full sentences with emotion. Minute 11 to 15, talk freely about the topic or your day. No reading, just speaking.
Boom! That's it. You don't need an hour. Just 15 focused minutes, daily, will do so much more than watching random videos for an hour.
Another fun one, turn English into a game. Use flashcard apps like Anki or Quizlet with a timer. Challenge yourself to speak 5 new sentences with a word, or use apps like ELSA, Speak, or Speaky to gamify pronunciation and conversation.
Yes, learning doesn't have to feel heavy. The more fun you make it, the more consistent you'll be. And consistency is king.
Here's a bonus hack. Set a speaking challenge. For example, try the 30-day speaking challenge every day. Record a 1-minute video on a different topic in English.
That's a game changer. You'll see your confidence grow day by day. And you don't need an audience. It's just for you.
All right, let's quickly role play what it looks like to waste time versus using these hacks. Ready?
Okay, I'll be unproductive. Henry, I'm gonna watch 3 episodes of that English drama. But with subtitles in my native language, just to relax.
And I'll be fluency focused. Sarah, I'll watch one scene in English, shadow the dialogue, and then describe what happened in my own words.
Same time spent totally different result.
Exactly. Fluency comes down to what you do with your time, not how much you have.
So, listeners, don't wait for perfect conditions. Use what you have: your voice, your phone, your spare moments.
Coming up next, we'll help you design your own daily fluency system so you can stay consistent without burnout.
All right, you've got the hacks, but now let's make it sustainable. Let's talk about how to build a daily fluency system that fits your life and keeps you moving forward, even when you're busy or unmotivated.
Yes, because motivation comes and goes, but systems keep you consistent, and fluency is really just the result of consistency over time.
Let's start with this: set a minimum daily dose. This is your bare minimum, something you'll do every day no matter what, even if you're tired, even if life gets crazy.
It could be as small as 5 minutes of shadowing, recording one voice message, or repeating 3 new words out loud. The key is, it's so simple, you can't fail.
Exactly. And when you do more, that's a bonus. But your brain builds confidence when you keep promises to yourself.
Next, stack English into existing habits. We call this habit stacking. You take something you already do, like brushing your teeth, drinking coffee, or walking, and add a tiny bit of English practice.
For example, after I make coffee, I'll describe what I'm doing in English. Or when I take my lunch break, I'll do 5 minutes of speaking practice.
It's about connecting fluency to your real life, not creating a whole new schedule.
Here's another tip. Use triggers to remind you to practice. A sticky note on your mirror that says, "Speak English," or setting a daily phone alarm labeled "Fluency Time."
Those little reminders help you stay aware, and awareness is powerful. You'll start looking for moments to practice.
Now, don't forget to track your progress. Use a calendar and mark in for each day you practice, even if it's small. Your goal is to build a chain and not break it.
And celebrate the streak. After 7 days, treat yourself. After 30, reward yourself again. Fluency is a marathon, not a sprint, so make it fun and fulfilling.
Quick recap. Set a minimum daily dose. Stack English into habits. Use triggers and reminders. Track your consistency. Reward yourself for showing up.
That's your system. And the best part? You can adjust it anytime. Life changes. Just don't stop. Adapt and keep going.
Next up, let's talk about how to measure your fluency progress even if you're not taking tests or classes. All right, friends, we've covered a lot today. If there's one message we want to leave you with, it's this: don't wait. Start now.
Yes, don't wait for your grammar to be perfect. Don't wait to feel confident. Don't wait for the right time. Because the truth is, fluency comes from action.
Every sentence you speak, every mistake you make, every little effort, it all adds up. And it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent, being brave, and being real with yourself.
So today, after this episode, do one thing. Just one thing. Speak out loud. Record yourself. Repeat a sentence. Doesn't matter what. Just get started. Your future fluent self will thank you.
This is your journey. You don't have to be fast. You just have to keep moving.
And we'll be here cheering you on. Always.
Thanks for joining us on Personal Growth Talks podcast. If this helped you, share it with another learner. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode.
Until next time, speak it, live it, and grow with it. Bye for now.
Before we go, if this episode gave you a push, some clarity, or even just a little motivation,
then help us keep going. Hit that subscribe button, leave a rating or review, and share this podcast with a friend who's learning English too.
and if you want more daily fluency tips, behind-the-scenes content, or to connect with us. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram, Personal Growth Talks.
You're not alone on this journey. We're growing with you, one word at a time.
All right. That's it for today's episode. Don't waste your time. Fluency. We'll see you next time on the Personal Growth Talks podcast.
Bye, everyone, and remember, your voice matters, so go use it.